Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Mind for Fitness. I'm your host, Ian Carlin. Glad you could make it today to the show where we talk about the issues regarding health and fitness, regarding motivation. And if you're anything like me, you're going to need that motivation this time of year because this is the time of year where where we're surrounded by a lot more food. And I did a one before on the holidays and how to survive the holidays. And I wanted to do kind of a special edition today on what to do if you unexpectedly cheat. Okay, so like you go to a party and it's so good, you just can't resist the cookies. And I've talked about this every year, but I kind of like last year and the year before, I talked about like, how to minimize cheating and stuff like that. And it's going to happen. So this is going to be a little bit of a rehash, just like last one was a little bit of a rehash, but hopefully I'm doing it in a unique enough a way that it provides some new information. And I'm not doing the Fit for Christmas challenge, although I'm doing the Fit for Christmas challenge myself. I'm not like reissuing that thing, that particular model that I did. If anybody's interested in that, you can go back and read or listen to those podcasts, like I said on the last show. But again, I am doing this program because I want to specifically talk about those times where you do break down and you have something that was not part of your plan or part of your diet. And before I do that, though, I do want to remind you all to please help support the program by purchasing my ebook, Diet Sins: Why Your Diet is Failing and What You Can Do to Fix It. I will provide the link in the show notes. I did a whole series on this. The series is free. It's called "What's Wrong with Your Diet" and what's going wrong with your diet and what you can do to fix it. You can listen to those free on iTunes or Stitcher or wherever else, really. And the book is free too. It's on Amazon. If you're an Amazon Prime member, it's free, and you can actually share it too. I made it available to share. So if you get it and you want somebody else to read it, you can share it. Um, as long as you have the ability to read their ebooks, because it's just an ebook, and it's only $2.99 um, if it's not if you're not an Amazon Prime member. So if you want, even if you are an Amazon Prime, they still pay you money because people go to their site and they have to use their apps and they have to buy their Kindles and stuff like that. So Amazon's set aside some money for people who just want to upload their books or their papers or whatever, because the more people obviously that they go into their site, the more money they make. So it all works out. So it's a really great way to show support for the program is just by getting free stuff. So thanks a lot for doing that. And again, I will provide the link in the show notes. So we're done with that. Okay. So again, this time of year, and the reason why I brought it up had something personal to do with me. I was really kind of hell bent on doing this kind of 21 days up to the 21st, where I was going to completely just, do a before and after picture and do go 21 days of strict keto, and I messed up. I already messed up. I have to admit it. I've already messed up. More than once, in fact, more than once. And so I want to talk a little bit about that and a little bit how you can regulate things that if it does happen where you mess up, you can pull things back on track, on progress. And I actually like what I'm doing right now a little bit better because I'm still totally in shape. I still totally feel good about myself. Will I necessarily reach my weight loss goal? Maybe not so much, but I'm not going to gain weight this year, which is great because I don't normally gain weight. So I want to talk a little bit about what happens or what you can do if you find yourself messing up. You go to that holiday party, and you break down and you have the holiday cookie or the pie, or it's that time of year where that kind of stuff happens. And so I want to talk a little bit about how you can minimize the effects of that. And I had a thought there, and it just went out of my head as far as what I wanted to say. There was a thought that I had, but oh well, it'll come back to me. So first off, I want to encourage you that if this is you, if this is happening to you, and you know that this is just a time of year where there are more opportunities to cheat, or there are more opportunities to have goodies, and you want to participate in that, the first thing you have to do is your um, you have to stop your cheat day. Okay, that's the first thing that has to happen, because cheating is going to happen more organically. Now, just because you stop your cheat day doesn't give you free ride that every day is a cheat day. I'm not talking about that. Okay, that's not what I mean. But you can't, if you want to lose weight this year or you want to maintain your weight this year, you can't have your cheat day and cheat throughout the week. That just doesn't work. And I've talked about that many times in the program. It can't be, oh, I get cheat day and every other day is kind of cheat day. You can't do that. It just won't work. You will gain weight. Okay, so you have to stop your cheat day, and you have to go to the fact that cheating is going to happen more organically. And some people out there, they're going to be really upset that I talk about cheat days anyway. You're on the wrong program if you don't believe in cheat days or cheat meals or a time to have the food that you really restricted yourself from. Don't even listen. Don't comment. I don't care. I don't want to listen to it. I have heard it all. Please, I have listened to both sides, and I have fallen down on the side that says that it is okay um, to schedule times to eat things that you normally would restrict yourself from on a ketogenic diet. And it bugs me to no end, because I know people who are more interested in being in ketosis than they are interested in losing weight. And no, I want you to lose weight. I want you to be at a healthy weight. So have to you have to rely on the fact that this time of year there's going to be parties, there's going to be people who bring donuts to work or something like that, which normally throughout the year, like, you stay away from, but because it's the holiday season, you you might cheat more. So for us, like, because we're shopping during the evenings and stuff, we don't have time to prepare food at home, and so we're eating out a lot more this year, a lot more this time of year, I should say, than we normally do. And normally, when I'm out more, I can kind of restrict things, but you kind of just get that holiday feeling. The other day we were out getting a Christmas tree, and they had this station where you could make your own Christmas cookie, and so I made it and I shared it on either Facebook or something like that. And I don't care. It's okay. It's okay with me. But I can't do that and have a whole day where I eat, or a whole waking cycle, or a whole afternoon where I eat everything that I want to eat in anyway. So you have to stop that. You have to realize that this time of year, cheating or those unexpected mouth food pleasures are going to happen more organically. The second thing is that you can do is you can up your fasting. Okay, so that's another thing that you can do to minimize the effect. What depends on what fast you're on, but, like, let's say you're doing two fast, 2 24 hours a week. Try doing um, 3 24-hour fasts a week, and maybe even try to up each day to a 16-hour fast and include 2 24-hour fasts. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm making sure that every day I'm fasting at least 16 hours, and 2 days a week I'm doing 2 24-hour fasts. And that's what I'm doing to kind of offset my holiday splurges. So I'm doing 2 24-hour fasts a week, plus a daily 16, at least a daily 16-hour fast. So up your fasting if you are able to do that. Um, that's a great way to kind of minimize what happens. So, like, maybe you're going along and you have that holiday cookie, or you have a whole box of cookies. I don't care what it is. um, and the next you know, try to fast the next day. If you know you're going to a party, you should fast the day before and the day of and the day after, and then you can kind of have what you want. Now, honestly, there are some people, if you've been good all year and, this time of year, you don't mind gaining a little bit of weight, um, you can do that. That's okay too. I mean, there are people who are good all year long, and and I have to say that if you are keto adapted or you're fat adapted, and you're normally in a healthy range all year, you are not going to gain like 50 pounds if you have more cheats this time of year. You're not. You might not even decide to do anything. In my experience, you might gain like 6 to 15 pounds. So anywhere from 5 to 15 pounds if you just do everything normal. Okay. And then hopefully that doesn't derail you for the rest of the year, though. If you are one of those people that, like, then the rest of the year you're messed up, don't do that. Make sure you take these countermeasures into consideration. So up your fasting. Okay. You're going to go to a party. There's going to be things there that you're going to want to eat, and you don't want to restrict yourself from it. Well, eat, fast that day, fast the day after. And if you did it unexpectedly, you're just out at a restaurant, and boy, does that holiday ice cream shake with cinnamon in it look really super good, and candy canes, and you just want to have it, and you have it. Fast the next day. Try to go for another 24-hour fast. It might not be scheduled. That's perfectly fine to do. You're not going to wreck your body by fasting for this season. Okay. The other thing you can do is you can up your workouts. In conjunction with fasting, you can up your workouts. Now, there's this whole thing out there about, can you outrun a bad diet? And on a consistent level, the answer is no, you can't. Or can you outwork out a bad diet? The answer to that is, quite honestly, no, but with a few exceptions. So I, I always say yes. Okay, so abs are made in the kitchen, not in the gym, for sure, for the most part. Um, but if you're like an ultra marathon runner, yeah, you can eat whatever you want. It's not going to make you gain any weight. But if you go off your ultra marathon, but if you're just a normal person who likes to work out a few times a week for an hour or two at the gym, or even you're a gym rat and you're there every day for an hour or two, um, that's not going to be enough to offset your you might want to think about upping it a little bit, just upping your workout. So you can't outrun a bad diet, but the truth is you can outrun like a bad choice. Okay, so I think that's what I'm getting at. You can outrun a bad choice. So if every day you eat crap, and then but you go to the gym every day, eventually you'll offset the gym, because what you eat is more important than working out. But if you just have like a bad meal or a bad choice, or you're going to make kind of maybe a series of bad choices during this holiday time, you can outwork out that. You can outwork a bad choice. You might decide to spend an extra hour on the treadmill, or an extra 30 minutes on the treadmill, or something like that, or the stair climber, or something, to really make sure that um, you are compensating from the insulin shock that your body gets from eating your cheat. Now, okay, so we do have to understand this. We do have to understand that if you're not insulin resistant, okay, if you've already set kind of the metabolic framework to where you're not insulin resistant, or you only have a little bit of insulin resistance left to deal with, your body is handling sugar okay by only producing out a little bit of insulin. You do have to realize that when you eat something, it doesn't automatically go to fat. That happens when somebody is already insulin resistant. Okay, so when they eat something that spikes their blood sugar, your body has to deal with that by producing insulin, and insulin stores fat. Now, that happens to somebody who's already overweight because their cells are already insulin resistant. So that doesn't really have a place to go. And so your body says, well, we got to get rid of this sugar somehow. So let's store it all and all our excess calories into fat. But if you're not insulin resistant, and um, you your cells, your muscle cells, and your glycogen cells will can handle what insulin is doing with the sugar and with the excess calories in your bloodstream. Okay, so if you deplete your glycogen stores in your muscle cells and you deplete your glycogen stores in your liver cells, or in your liver, your body wants to fill those up first. So if you have this, if you're eating well that day and you're having this unexpected cheat, or you know you're going to, and you say, hey, look, I am gonna do sprints, get rid of that glycogen. I am gonna do some steady state cardio. I'm gonna work my muscles, and you've already built the metabolic machinery. Chances are you're not going to store fat. Okay, that's more than likely what's going to happen. You're not going to store fat. Um, and then if you do, then you say, look, I'm going to sweat this out. I'm going to go and I'm going to run. I'm going to, lift weights and stuff. You can compensate for that by doing that. But if you're not in that situation, if you've not already kind of set the metabolic framework for your body, yeah, you're going to store some fat, but you can make up for the bad item by working out. But that's kind of what I wanted to say there. I kind of wanted to make sure that we all understood that, let's say you've been keto all summer or all last year, and now this is maybe the first time you're coming into this time of year, and you're like, oh crap, what am I going to do? And you eat a high carb meal, or you have the shake that has the candy canes in it, and you just couldn't keep yourself from that. You didn't ruin it. Okay? You didn't ruin these things right now. It only gets that insulin when it spikes and it shovels blood sugar off. It really wants to put it in your cells, in your muscle cells, and in your liver first. That's what your body wants to do with it first. Um, then after that, the excess will go to fat storage because it's got to go somewhere, or it'll eliminate or whatever. Um, so you can outrun uh, a bad meal here and there. It's not, that won't be a problem. So up your fasting, up your workouts, and make sure you're eating like let's say you're going to go to a party, eat healthy food first. Okay, eat healthy food first. And primarily, the two foods that you want to eat are fiber and protein. Okay, so not so much fat. If you want, I'm not a low fat guy, don't listen. We're not low fat, but fat and carbs together is really the deadly combination. And this is one of the reasons why people can lose weight on a low fat diet for a period of time. I don't think it's healthy, but they can lose weight on a low fat diet even though they're having higher carbohydrates. Because really that combination of fat and carbs together is really the deadly combination. So when you're going to go and you're going to cheat, try to have a lot of fiber, a lot of salad, and a lot of lean protein, because that has been shown for various reasons to drive your blood sugar down when you eat something um, that's carb rich. Okay, that's going to spike that insulin. So you eat those things. So so fiber will actually slow the digestion down, so that not as many carbs get through. So even if you eat, let's say, oh, I don't know exactly what the ratio is, and I'm sure that everybody is different when it comes to this. But let's say you eat this monster salad, and then you eat something that has like 20 grams of carbs or 23 grams of carbs in it, which you can do easily. Don't tell me you can't. I know I can do it easily. I have one of those big old burritos from Chipotle's or from Cafe Rio or something like that. One of those tortillas is like 24 carbohydrates. It's a big, huge tortilla. Yeah, you can get 24 carbohydrates in. but it slows it down and even will eliminate some of it. So you might even cut it in half by eating a large salad, because the fiber, the non consumable fiber, the non-digestible fiber coats your stomach lining and doesn't allow as many carbs to get through your intestinal wall. So you can do that. And this is why a lot of people at the very beginning of a low carb diet can also kind of lose weight if they just up their salad, or they'll have salad first. This is why one of the reasons why the warrior diet works so well is because, yeah, you're fasting for 20 hours, but you break your fast with a big salad. And then they say, oh, can you have a dessert? Yeah, if you fast for 20 hours and you have a big salad and you have protein, and then you can get away with a dessert and you can still lose weight. But you got to think of what you're going from. You're going from, cheeseburgers and fries and eating every, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, whatever, all in between. You're going from that to eating one meal a day with a high carb item on it. Yeah, you can lose weight doing that. Of course you can. But part of that is eating that fiber and eating that protein, which is shown to drive blood sugar down without the release of insulin. Okay, so the next thing you can do is you can eat slow. Eat that, enjoy the cookie, okay? Get full on the salad, get full on the protein, and enjoy the cookie. Okay, so enjoy. You're not eating it to get full. You're eating it because you like the taste of it. Okay, that's why I eat junk food, is because I like the taste of it. Yes, I like to get full too. I like the feeling of filling up, but I also like the feeling. I also like the taste of it. I'm wanting the taste. So if you can get full on something else and then enjoy the taste of the cookie or this ice cream or whatever it is, or your burrito or whatever it is you like, slow down. Slow down. You will eat less. It's been proven that you will eat less if you slow down. And we're just talking about controlling this, not necessarily eliminating it altogether. And finally, the last thing you can do is you can also take cinnamon and apple cider vinegar. And those have both been proven to reduce blood sugar without the release of insulin. And that's what we're trying to avoid. I mean, that's the big scare, is insulin, right? We don't want insulin to run amok in our bodies, because too much insulin causes insulin resistance, and insulin resistance causes insulin to store our food into fat. So that's what we're trying to avoid here. So do those things. So let's go through those again, and we're going to call it good for this show, this broadcast. So number one, if you know you're going to be cheating throughout this holiday season, here and there, every couple days or so, whatever, you're going to go to a party, you're going to have to stop your cheat day. Okay. You can't have cheat day and cheat meals throughout the week. And you can't have cheat meals every damn day. Sorry, I cussed. Oh, well, I'll have to mark the explicit the explicit sticker on this. Darn it. So you can't cheat every day. This is not an excuse to cheat every day. Yes, if you cheat every day, you will probably gain more weight than you would like. It's not that you couldn't recover, but you might have a much harder time. I'm talking about that. Okay, this is my example from my life. It's like every 3 or 4 days, because like I'm going to go shopping tonight, and the chances are that, like, I go through the mall and there's those pecans that have cinnamon and sugar on them, and I'm going to want to eat those. So what am I going to do today? Well, number one, I'm fasting today. Okay, I'm fasting today. I've stopped my cheat days, because I know I'm going to have this cheat item every few days. I'm also going to up my workouts. I'm going to start running more. I'm going to start doing more weights, more training, more of this, more of that, as much as I possibly can. And I'm going to eat fiber and protein, so that'll offset that. And I'm going to take cinnamon and vinegar. So those are the things that you want to do to lower your or to offset it, to take countermeasures. So do those things and eat slow. Forgot to mention that, but So those are the things you can do that can offset your unexpected cheating or your expected more often cheating during this time of year. Okay, everyone, thanks so much. Please don't forget to subscribe, and please don't forget to share this if you really found this helpful. And um, and until we meet again, I was going to say something else, but oh well. Until we meet again, keep your mind on fitness. Thanks a lot.